Hello everyone. Yep.
Hey there, give me just 30 seconds. I'm gonna be right back to you guys.
Sure. Take your time.
Yep, I'm just gonna get the stream up and running here for everyone, and we'll have the recording afterwards. And we're gonna post all the socials once we get started here, so everyone can follow along. And yeah, as always, if you guys have questions, if anyone wants to ask something, stay tuned, listen in, and towards the second half, we like to take some community questions as well, so stick around. How you feeling, Noah? Did you get back to the normal schedule?
I'm feeling good, man. Definitely not I'm not like fully adjusted yet, but I'm getting there. Hey, what's up, Alex? We got you back.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you guys. Chatting. So, wait, Noah, are you hosting?
Yeah.
Interesting. My first time in Whalecoin Talk, you were the host, not Glenn. So, nice to see a change of pace. Not that I'm bored of Glenn, of course, but yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. We both host, so we typically tag team on these. So let me go ahead and get the recording started. Good afternoon, Whalecoin Talk community, or good morning, rather, where I'm at. I'm here today with Alex of AvatarGrow, the ecosystem, AvatarGrow. Alex, before we get started, you want to give us a quick background of yourself and how you found yourself working in the crypto industry today?
Definitely, my man. First of all, you guys know how I like to start this. I'm gonna say hello. Thanks to each and every one of you for joining, for taking the time to, to be a part of this CMA. And hopefully, I'm not gonna bore you guys with the details of the project and with my, long story short comments, basically. So, Alex is my name. I am a VC host, AMA host, project representative. I am a hired speaker for this particular project and for all of the projects that you guys ever heard me talk about or host. I started crypto about a year and a half ago, I think, close to that. A friend of mine was telling me, SafeMoon. Like, dude, I made 6K, I made 60K, I made whatever. And I was like, dude, you're in the same boat as I am. I mean, how do you have these, these amounts? I do crypto. I was like, what's crypto? And from there on, I started to try and understand. I went on I think it was a test platform on eToro. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that one because I was scared to invest my money. Yeah, definitely. Long story short, again, not to bore you guys. My first investment was a 3x on a planting tree token, something like that.
Nice.
My second one was a 24x back in the day when Unicrypt was the biggest, baddest fish in the sea. Man, I forgot Quantum. I think it was Quantum, something like that. And my third one was a big rug. I lost a lot of money on that one. But again, From there on, I progressed my way into understanding, because I thought, once you do a 3x and a 24x, you kind of think, man, this is easy money, right? Like I could do this on a daily basis and within 1 year pretty much retire. Not typically the case, because I started to understand that projects rug, that you have honeypots, that you have liquidity pools, so on and so forth, fake doxing and whatever. I wasn't aware about the launchpad, so I started to progress and research. Started to host AMAs actually 8 months ago, close to that, and I started to represent projects. Probably, I'm gonna say that at the beginning of this year. I find it very interesting because you kind of get to meet a lot of people within the space, and one thing led to another. I hosted one project. I took a break for about a month. I didn't actually thought I would progress in that way. I was hosting in various communities, and then a second project came. They were happy. They recommended me forward, and so on and so forth, until kind of brought me here, where projects. Hopefully, every project that I presented is satisfied with my services, and I'm gonna keep doing that. Until probably, I don't know, they're not gonna need me anymore. I don't know. We'll see how to progress. So yeah, that's how I started in crypto. How I met these particular fellows is actually through a mutual connection. Someone actually heard me, I don't know, in which AMA, and he said, what, this guy likes to talk, man. So I mean, if you want a guy that can represent you, he may actually like to do it. I did, a background check on the project, understand what they have to offer, and I said, what, let's give this a go. This might be the one that's going to change the current pace. Who knows? It's not only about them; it's about your investors as well. So that's how I got to get, let's say, to be in touch with the current team. Should I progress right now with the details on the team as well? Is that where we're going?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Alex, you're on a good flow right here, so let's get to it.
Yeah, definitely. Feel free to interrupt me at any given point, because I tend to go from one topic to the other and another, and so on and so forth. So definitely, cough. Just go ahead, Alex. Stop. Whatever you feel comfortable.
Keep at it, my man. You're doing great.
Definitely, yeah. I'm not offended if people interrupt me, like mid sentence, because I do it, when I'm hosting. So it does come into play. When it comes to the team, now they definitely have way more experience than I do. Give me just 1 second. I'm getting a DM here. Someone's spamming me, but I don't understand why. Be right
Happens,
back.
man. Telegram.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. It happens. So definitely. Team. When I was talking about the team, so I mean, they have way more experience than I do. This is your OG team, basically, with deep roots within the cryptocurrency sector. They've been around since 2014. Pretty much similar to myself, although they were not on the BSC Degen Gamble. They were on the Bitcoin mining and trading, and they're pretty much, let's say, wake up call was back in 2014 or 2015, I think it was, when MT Gox got hacked, and they kind of ceased activities and stopped operating. For you guys that don't know, MT Gox was, from what I understood as well, pretty big. An Bitcoin exchange that was launched in 2010. So I think they were Asian, something Japanese or close to that, and they kind of ceased operation, and due to some particular involvements within some loss and theft of hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin, suspended trading in pretty much 2014 and closed everything, filed for bankruptcy. But I understood that the losses are being disputed to this day. I'm not sure if they started paying or they will start to pay. I know there was a kind of a debate around that one. So that's when they actually started to consider maybe doing something else, right? They started to actively mine in 2015. 4 core team members. You got Jake, who's the lead developer, tech analysis, Bitcoin mining, fundamentals, exchange metrics, and day trading activities at present. You got Nate here, the marketing lead for the project, the type of person that actually gets connections. I don't know, the strategy, and it's only normal that I don't. He's the one that talks facts and strategies and actually have an impact. Hopefully, he's gonna apply the same concept, and if all goes according to plan, everything's gonna develop well with AvatarGrow as well. You got Tay. Hopefully, I didn't butcher the name. Collaborations and partnerships. Probably get the point. Asian markets are heavily targeted in general with crypto. Not limited to them, but definitely there's something to be done there. And then you got Miles, head of strategy, operations that are being taken care of. That's pretty much what Miles does on a daily basis. A couple of admins in the chat as well to make sure that everything's going according to plan. But these are your 4 team members who actually got introduced to the crazy space, I think in 2020, about then, when it was the start of the upcoming bull run. Markets are were pretty much concluding within the bear market. And back then they said it would be cool to have something of our own, because you tended to see probably there were upcoming projects being developed then. I wouldn't know because I wasn't in crypto in 2015. So when they saw the BSC ecosystem and understand it, how things can be done, that's when they figured out they could do it. However, they started to work on this particular one a couple of months ago. So until then, they started to speculate the markets, understand what's what, various blockchains. Then you got the Ethereum merge, which is not productive, or so I've heard, for development. Then you got Avalanche, who's having a spike, had a big spike, and now a crash. And you kind of tend to go back to BSC. So yeah, that's pretty much in regards to the team. How long have they been together? From what I know, they don't know each other on a personal level. And yeah, that I think that pretty much encompasses the intro, my man.
Strictly business, I get that. And so what are they building? Let's talk about AvatarGrow. Let's talk about what makes it a special ecosystem and all the wonderful things they're doing to distinguish themselves in a market that's quite frothy at the moment.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna do this while I don't talk and you have the floor. I'm usually gonna grab some water, so don't. Yeah, it's gonna probably be. Yeah, it's probably gonna take 3 or 4 seconds until I reply, but I'm still here. So I mean, what are they building and what are they trying to solve is pretty much the question that your BSC investor has on a project basis. I would say, right? This one, what they're trying to do. This one is not a predefined problem on the cryptocurrency sector, on the crypto space, that other projects say we've researched it and found it and want to solve it. I'm not fighting them, but that's who they are. This particular project is not the problem, so to speak. It's just generating some revenue while you do progression. As simple as that. Projects rely on the potential of the chart or who backs them up, and then if you do a combination of those with reflections, you try and make something of it. This is the vision of the team. And, Avatar as a, let's say persona, right? Because you've seen your fair share of meme tokens, gambles, degens, croges and whatever. Avatar so far, at least, to my knowledge, hasn't actually been tried, done, accomplished, achieved, whatever you want to call it. So, I mean, that's probably a unique side of things. They're going to actually develop a couple of, let's say, NFTs and a collection within an NFT platform as well, revolving around that. Utility may be included as well on these particular NFTs. We're going to talk about that as well. But, in a nutshell, it's a decentralized community-driven project, and everything that they plan to do, within the important decisions that will affect your investors and your holders, they will be done via community interaction. So, if at some point one of your community members will ask, will there be a DAO governance part in it? This is a DAO governance part in it. It's not looking to be a DAO investment fund where you would get a proposal to vote. You got some let's call them guardians, as other projects did. Not that case. It's strictly when it comes to the development of this project and this one alone, it's going to be via community interaction. You need to make sure that either they're on board or they're supporting your decision, because whatever decision you're going to take, it could make or break the project. So I mean, if you say we're going to do the let's say AVG DEX next, and instead of that you do the NFT collection, although the NFT collection might be cool, might have utility or not, whatever that the case might be, your community is going to ask at some point, well, you said one and did the other, so where does that come into play? And you want to avoid that tentative FUD. You guys are smart investors, and when it comes to FUDing, BSC is miles ahead of every other blockchain, right? So you got the FUD at a different level. It's like you're incorporating that. If you were to apply right now for a job, you could actually add FUDing to your skills and be taken into account for. I'm not saying you guys are FUDers, but I'm saying the whole space in general has its utility around FUD, right? So to avoid that one, as much as you can, you're trying to involve your community as much as possible. With that in mind, the developers will definitely have a better understanding of the progression and take the proper path of development. That's an intro within the project. Now, from here on, typically what I would do, my man, I would encompass a bit about the utility before we go on into the other sectors.
Right on. Yeah, let's do it.
Perfect. Utility in a nutshell right now with the project is pretty much this. As I've said, we're going to start off with the NFT collection. The NFT collection is envisioned as a unique collection belonging to the project. As I've said, this one is strictly visual, right? So you're going to have, and we're going to talk about this as well, a shop, a DEX, a wallet, and so on and so forth. You will be able to use those as visuals. And you're looking to potentially have this one revealed before the release, right, of the platform. Because what I mean by that is that your collection is not going to be released before you have the platform as well, where you can actually post those particular NFTs. With that in mind, NFT platform, like let's call it NFT, marketplace. It makes it a bit more understandable. Pre-standard utility here. I think at some level it's a must. I don't know if I should say on the BSC ecosystem or on the BSC space, but it is a must. I mean, I understand. You got OpenSea at the top level. You got Tofu. You got others. I don't mind if platforms, NFT platforms are being implemented. What you can do on those particular platforms, whole different sector. They in particular want to list their own collection. That's only as a reasonable start. To trade those particular NFTs, should it be the case, add utility and then increase the trading volume and then add other projects. As simple as that. That's your NFT collection. That's your NFT platform. Pretty more on the design aspect at the moment. Now, part of the let's say actual utility comes within the avatar shop. So let's call it AVG shop, because maybe there is an avatar shop revolving around the movie. Your AVG shop is going to be an e-commerce platform for cryptocurrency transactions, right? First of all, for the project to sell its own merchandise, whatever that might be, whatever they're developing, but also for other projects to incorporate that as well. Now, in my opinion, I'm going to take a quick moment and say what I think about this particular one. You're developing your own business, right? Let's say I have merchandise. I don't know who would like to purchase, like, let's say a shirt with my own brand on it, because I'm not that interesting. But still, let's say I want to do it. I want to sell you guys a shirt or a cup or a mug, whatever. Where would I do that? Because if you go on regular e-commerce platforms, you might actually have to or end up paying more in taxes. Not to mention shipping and other stuff. Then you would actually make a profit. So that's definitely probably out of the question. Within the cryptocurrency sector, I don't know if there's a particular go-to place for this one. I mean, there may be, and maybe I'm not aware of it. If it isn't, even better, because they're going to be the pioneers. Although I'm pretty sure probably someone thought about this one. I have no idea. But I would say it's a cool expansion method, especially if it ends up catching to the space and to the current market. Because as you said, Noah, you don't even know where you stand. I mean, look at Bitcoin 20K, look at Bitcoin 17K. That volatility is definitely creating either panic or excitement or short-term hype or whatever. So I mean, if this does catch to the market and to the current trend, I would say that for incipient projects, you could actually list that as a potential utility. So you're offering that as your startup business, right? We already have merchandise, available if you guys want to purchase it. So, let's say an added utility for your own. Again, if the project grows to that particular level, you would assume people want to have physical products as well. That's what you can purchase it, and you can purchase it, of course. The advantage within involvement on the crypto side is that you can purchase it with the AVG token, which is the native one, or if you're more comfortable, credit card or fiat payments or whatever. So you're not limited to one method of payment, basically. And yeah, I think this one is gonna probably correlate if they ever try to do that with because it's a similar concept with the ad network. I don't know if it's within their plans or not. I'm just adding that onto my own thoughts to pretty much expand your project, but you're utility offered towards others, right? A complementary benefit, if you'd like. Another two aspects that they are looking to develop. This one, the AVG shop is expected to be done by the end of the year, along with their own wallet. Their own wallet, because I mean, it's going to be integrated within the shop. It's going to be a multi-chain wallet, as I understood. Day-to-day activities, your standard wallet. And it's part of the functionality of their own ecosystem. So the way that they're envisioning it is not that you want to expand it and convince others that yours is better, just to have it there, because if you're part of the AVG shop and the let's say the ecosystem in general, you might like it as an additional utility. Potentially in 1 to 2 months, they're actually working on it right now. They're looking to implement a DEX as well. So I mean, you're looking at your automatic market makers model, and this is to be done in potentially 1 to 2 months. That's as an estimated time frame. And then staking as well. They're actually trying to encompass this one a bit faster. Expected is again 1 to 2 months, and the vision is to create 6 different pools. 7 days, 14 days, 30 days, 90 days, 6 months, and 12 months. Now the last two are probably I'm gonna say it up front, a bit more extreme. So they are taking into account either reducing those or changing them. We'll see how it goes. APYs are not generated yet. They will take some time before the pools are done and revealed. And it could actually function on a variable level if you're looking at the 6 months, 12 months, potentially even 3 months. Variable is pretty much how Binance does things, right? So if you're doing lock staking, let's say 7, 14, 30, you know that you're going to get 2%, 4%, and 6% as an idea. Now, if you're going above the, let's say, 30 days into 90 days, 6 months, you're going to be variable depending on how much you're staking, how much is in the pool, and so on and so forth, in the period, of course. So, variable staking, as I was mentioning, not generated yet. They will announce this, and they will confirm it with the community, within the progression. So I'm going to say right now, back to you, Noah, that's pretty much the vision with collections, NFTs, shop, DEX, wallet. Oh, sorry, I mentioned one thing. One thing I forgot to mention, limited edition NFTs. As I understood, by the end of the year, not something that they have revealed yet. There's going to be a massive giveaway, and they will have limited edition NFTs awarded to the community. They're going to decide on which factors. Should you be active? Should you contribute to the project? Whatever that might be. And they will award them with limited edition NFTs, with some special kicks revolving around that. I wouldn't know. I mean, they didn't actually want to mention more than that. So that's pretty much a surprise that they want to take into account. But it's also, I mean, I understood it's quite massive because it's actually a listed phase on the roadmap. If you guys are going to take a look at that, it's within phase 4, which is encompassed again, probably by the end of the year to be done. So yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to share with you guys so far. And yeah, back to you, brother.
Beautiful. Yeah. So let's talk about the wallet a bit. I'm curious to know what the reasoning behind launching their own native wallet is. What are some advantages of doing that?
Well, as I understood, because that was one thing that I asked as well. So you got NFTs, you got collection and platform. So far, so good, right? Implementable within MetaMask. Mm-hmm. Your particular wallet. Now, if you plan on expanding that one, expanding it to other platforms, I understand. What they mention is that they want to provide people, users and holders and potential others, with their, let's say, our native solution, right? And integrated within the shop itself. So once you go to the shop, if you have this particular wallet using as a transaction method, there will be or might be some discounts affiliated with partners or within their own brand and merchandise. Not a given fact. I mean, don't think that if you're going to use other wallets or other payment methods such as the credit card, you're going to pay a lot more. But you want to incentivize people and revolve around that utility. You never know what could be the next big wallet across the space. If that's let's say a needed utility, I wouldn't mind. I'm using about 4 wallets right now. Let's say 3 because Solana's kind of dead for me. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind. Yeah, it is what it is. As long as you see, and it's actually a different stage within the roadmap, that particular CertiK audit application configuration depends on how you want to mention it, because Certic's kind of I don't even understand their strategy right now. They've grown so much that you don't know if it's going to take 3 weeks or 3 months. But depending on the stages, they plan to have that as well to kind of kick out of the park the is this secure, will it be done or not. To kind of make sure that you're getting your answer, it's native utility implementation, a bit of discount when you're using the shop, to function within your own ecosystem, to put your mark, maybe.
Yeah, the beautiful answer. And I do see here that the pre-sale starts in almost 24 hours. It's exciting. I wanted to know a bit about the private sale and if there was a seed round, specifically how many contributions, how many wallets contributed, and what was the maximum amount of BNB per contribution?
Definitely. Okay, so, and I'm going to encompass the pre-sale as well in case you guys are not on pink sale right now. So you're looking at the private sale. The hard cap was 30 BNB. You got 1 BNB max contribution. The, so to speak, benefit was the 10% extra tokens awarded. So if you were to contribute to the public pre-sale, for 1 BNB you would get 1.2 million tokens, and you get a 10% extra 1.33 something. I think it's pretty much the 10%. 10% is like 123k tokens, which you get as a private investor. So 30 BNB, 50% available at TGE, 50% unlocked 1 week after launch. The purpose of the private sale, why did they raise, because, and these are the questions that I usually get with projects, and I try to answer them so that, when you get to the community questions, maybe there's something that I haven't seen, right? Why did they do such a small private sale? Well, when you're starting a project, if you have some backers to support your activities, you need to start off with something, right? First of all, you need a developer. If you have a developer like in-house, that's a different thing. They didn't. They had Trinos. Trinos is, without a shadow of a doubt, in my opinion, the best and the most reliable at the moment. He has been for quite some time, at least from what I've seen. So impeccable work there. I don't know if he's probably not in the chat, but kudos to Trinos for his work. And then you get the SAFO badge because of Trinos. You need to have an audit. You need to have a KYC. You need to have some marketing, a bit of marketing to grow those particular communities. Word of mouth functions until a certain point. How many let's say projects actually succeed right now with the word of mouth, like calling all people, hey, join my group. Why? I have a project. Okay, I'm gonna jump. And after about 2 or 3 days, because it takes time until you actually progress, they're probably gonna quit. So yeah, that was the purpose of this one. That's why they vested it within, I'm gonna say, reasonable amount. If we're looking at that potential dump, it's 30 BNB and it's 50% available at TGE. And if people want to sell, they're gonna sell either way. That's my take of it. So that's why pretty much they did it. The public sale, don't worry about it. The public pre-sale, I'm gonna encompass either way when we end the CMA, so it's not a problem. I'm not gonna miss it for sure.
Certainly. And with the public pre-sale, what are some ways apart from AMAs that the team is marketing and generating exposure?
Well, your let's say pre-launch, right? Because everything is encompassing the pre-launch marketing. They started off, let's say, on the slow organic side. If you are right now to take a look within their group, about 3.4k members. So it's not that typical 50k, 60k members where if you guys were to ask me where'd you get the members, I wouldn't actually be able to say they just joined. Like, it's an organic. Not that it matters, because maybe it's not even important, but still, they started off slowly. They wanted to progress in a decent way. So they started with AMAs. You guys are our first AMA, actually. We have a pretty, I'm gonna say, pretty busy calendar. How many we have today?
So you guys doing AMAs with? What's on the schedule?
Well, we have Whalecoin Talk. We wanted to start with them, with you guys, actually, because I'm addressing you guys, actually. Then we got a new one. I haven't actually been a part of that particular community. I think it's Gubin. I don't know if you guys know it or not. Gubbin. I'd never hosted in there, but it's actually upcoming right after this one. And then we got Future Launch today, so 3 of them. And we're gonna progress tomorrow with Phoenix, Caesar, Golem, and we got another 2, which are Venom on Friday, and then after Venom, we got the launch VC because by then the pre-sale is gonna end as well. So that's the AMA schedule. Quite packed, if you ask me.
Quite packed indeed. And tell me a bit about. I know this is further out, but tell me a bit about their vision for the AVG game. Give us some insight into that, please.
Well, to be fairly honest, the AVG game is something to be looked upon for next year, 100%. So I'm not gonna set false expectations when it comes to. We're gonna. I mean, the team is gonna do the game by the end of the year, or it's gonna be a demo, or to the basic levels, it's gonna be some sort of survival type exploring game. I don't even know what example to give you guys, because if you're looking at a survival game, probably the best one to I don't know if you guys ever played Conan Exiles. In case you haven't, just Google it if you're interested. You start off pretty much being nothing. Now the important thing is you get to explore. You craft some materials, you gather some wood, some whatever. You build a base. Now the important thing, according to the Avatar, legacy, is that while exploring various islands, everything's going to happen mainly focused around islands. Within, again, this is not something applicable to the real world. This is strictly, fictional, mythical, however you want to call it. I don't know what Avatar is. Where does it classify? So I don't think I have it. I don't think I've seen the movie, actually. Don't judge me. I was probably busy back then. I don't even know. So with that in mind, think about yourself. Exploring through the islands, through the environment. But you're required to find your, I'm gonna call them tribe members or clan members, whatever they were, to progress forward. Each of those is gonna have a different impact within the progression of the game, because you yourself, you're let's say, and I don't think it's an end goal with MMORPGs. You cannot say that you kind of finished it. The exploration and the development goes on and on and on. At least from what I understood from the team, as a ballpark figure, incipient stage vision, and how they wanna build this, with a potential affiliation to the Avatar scene as well. Each of those members that you're gonna find throughout your progression is gonna add another layer to that particular game. So they're gonna have their own scope, their own objective, which you need to help them either fulfill, or they're gonna help you with the progression, or they're gonna award you with some various activities to reward you, and so on and so forth. Don't think about it as your standard, play to earn game. I don't even think it's going to be a play to earn, actually, unless they want to reveal a second token, in my opinion. Otherwise, it's just going to be a, let's say, fun endeavor. And I understood they are looking to secure a studio for this, but because we're at such an incipient level, and you don't even know how the market's going to progress, how much the project's going to catch on to the market. If that happens, indeed, they are looking to secure a studio to help them with the development, because you have a limited area of expertise here. If you do plan on doing this one until the end, you need to have some people that actually know how to do it. So yeah, that's as much as I can say about the game, because it's as much as I understood from their side as well.
Certainly, and thank you for that thorough breakdown, Alex. It's been a great AMA so far, and I want to let a couple of our community members get some questions in before I circle back. So let's go with Aisha.
Yeah, thank you, Noah. So I can see that team is using video clips of Avatar movie on website and white paper. So don't you think there could be copyright issues which may hinder progress of AVG token?
Oh, that's actually a good question. Honestly, I would say, I personally, again, based on my knowledge, there isn't. That's probably the answer. There isn't, because I would assume right now. I can ask the team if that's the case. I haven't actually considered it. Once you decide to use, let's say, similar features, again, I don't know if they are the exact There may be the exact personas or not, but I would assume you have taken that into account. So to the best of my abilities and knowledge, I would say there's no copyright involvement there. But I can ask the team for you, Aisha, and if I don't get the answer until the end of the AMA, I'm probably gonna DM you if that's okay with you. That's what I typically do with questions that I have only the partial answer to. So I mean, let me know upfront if you're okay with me DMing you in case I don't have the answer until the end of the AMA.
Yeah, sure. Okay, moving to my next question. You mentioned AVG Shop will be e-commerce platform. I was wondering, will it be open to all the merchants or sellers, or only the selected sellers after vetting will be able to sell their products?
That's actually a good one. Well, when it comes to the AVG shop as initial, you're gonna list your own merchandise revolving around your future plans or whatever. As I've said, whatever merchandise you want to put on there. When it comes to other people that are wanna, let's say they want to sell, first of all, you need to understand if their niche is actually gonna support, let's say, the crypto endeavor as in general. Because if I'm trying to sell cars, probably that's not actually a good idea. Second of all, they need to have a first of all a crypto implementation, right? Because you're allowing people to purchase things with credit card, but the main reason why you're doing this particular marketplace within crypto is the crypto adoption and crypto payments. So that's a must. And then the third, probably most important aspect is how legit is their business, right? If you are looking, let's put things into effect. And again, just using examples, because I did mention I started, based on someone that's recommended SafeMoon. If let's say SafeMoon has merchandise and they would like to, let's say, to sell it, and they would like to use our own platform, you would do a thorough background check and you would actually see that they are the real deal. Now, if some project comes along and they say we want to sell merchandise, you need to make sure that they're legit and that your potential customers, the one that are going to have access to that particular platform shop, are not going to actually face any issues within purchasing those particular products. So there's going to be a background check to understand, how legit is their business? Can they support that one, or are they just selling, basically fake promises, something like that? Thing that is going to be available on the shop from the team, first of all, in regards to their own merchandise. Yeah.
Okay, got it. And what about escrow service? Will AVG Shop going to have its own escrow service, or team will be using any third party service?
I think at first they're gonna try and secure a third party to implement your own escrow. I'm not sure how that's gonna function in crypto. It could work, but again, that particular escrow would need to be a reliable payment method within the cryptocurrency sector. Again, if you're looking at the crypto, if you're looking at the credit card payments, that's definitely a third party outsourced platform, I would say. Not a probably. I mean, it's the same concept within an escrow, but it's going to be a third party. Now, I don't think they can implement their own payment gateway, at least not now, for sure.
All right. And you mentioned there will be multiple payment methods available on AVG Shop. I was thinking, will sellers going to have the option of selecting the cryptocurrency they want payments in?
Yes, that is correct. So let's assume right now, try to make a visual picture, right? You're in front of the shop. You want to purchase a T-shirt, a mug, I don't know, a pen, whatever. Once you click on that one, add to cart, your regular process. Check out, enter your email, whatever other details there might be. Once you have, because you will need to have your wallet connected should you decide to pay with crypto. From there on, you're gonna have the options, right? So let's say BNB, BUSD, USDT. Those are going to be the third implemented ones, along AVG, of course. AVG is going to offer you some discounts when using it. And then from there on, you're going to, if you choose to check out with the credit card, you're going to have a different gateway to go through, as I mentioned, through the third party. Eventually, should we get, let's say, products or other projects to be affiliated with our shop and with our own ecosystem, we might allow people to pay within their own cryptocurrency. That's probably involving some other aspects that the team needs to take into account, such as their liquidity, their pairing, and viability, and so on and so forth. But at first, AVG, BNB, BUSD, and USDT are 100% going to be available.
Okay, it makes sense. Okay, I also want to know, AVG Shop also be open to all the freelancers to list their services on AVG e-commerce platform like contract development, web development, graphic designing, marketing, etc.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat the last part? I was actually, I think you, yeah, either cut off or I cut off. If you can repeat the last part, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I want to know, will AVG Shop also be open to all the freelancers to list their services on AVG e-commerce platform like contract development, web development, graphic designing, and marketing, etc.?
It's actually, I'm gonna say potentially possible, and I would use that as a recommendation towards the team. I don't want to speculate if that's within their plans or not, but it might be because you do want to support as many people as possible, and within the freelancing areas. I used to do freelancing a couple of years ago, probably more than 6 years ago, and there were quite cool platforms. Right now, I understood that there are some complaints around that. So definitely a suggestion and a potential implementation for that. Yeah, awesome, and cool suggestion there, Aisha.
Thank you. Okay, last thing from me. You mentioned about game. So I was thinking, is the team developing the game by themselves or it is outsourced? And on which game engine will the game being developed on?
I did mention a bit about that. When it comes to the game, I mean, the visuals and aspects are still at an incipient stage. It won't probably be done until, I'm going to say, Q2 2023, earliest stage possible. Now, until then, they will need to figure out which platform they're gonna release it on. If they plan to do, let's say, PC, right? Um, Most certainly it's going to be Unreal Engine 5. I don't know if there's a better one. And then second of all, it will 100% be outsourced to a game development company, because they do have some expertise around that. However, if you want to make things within the best quality, definitely you need to hire someone to do it for you. Pretty much the same aspect as they did with the contract. They have some experience around that. However, if you're planning to launch and be a part of the BSC ecosystem, you want to get reliability from the best. That's why they got Trinos. So yes, outsourced. They're not sure right now if they want to start off with let's say with iOS or Play Store. Most certainly they're going to start, because of the ample vision that they have for the game. They're going to start off on PC and they're going to be on Unreal Engine 5, unless I'm mistaken. I don't think I am, because that's the main one. And potentially developed by a third party company. 99.9% at the moment.
Understood. Thank you so much, Alex, for answering all my questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Aisha, for the thorough questions as always. Western Beast, you're up next.
All right. Thanks, Noah. Alex. I wanted asking a few questions, and the first one I actually have is still based on road phase five of your roadmap. You said that there's going to be collaboration with some celebrities, and based on all the hints I've seen from the websites and the white paper itself, I wanted asking, will any of the celebrities be from the cast and crew of James Cameron's Avatar movie?
That's a good question, my man. You guys probably know me. I'm not the one to speculate. That was probably one of the first questions that I've asked the team, and they said we're not going to reveal anyone. Why are they not going to reveal anyone? At least in my opinion, first of all, if you were to mention that, it kind of kills the hype. You want to make that as a big impact. Second of all, because you're not even live on the market, that's probably the logical side of things. You cannot know if that particular X or Y or Z person actually wants to do a collaboration with you. What can you offer? What can they offer? Because I mean, let's say you do get someone from the movie, and they're going to promote your project. How are they going to promote it? Because by then, by phase 5, which is again phase 5 we're looking at next year, you don't know where you stand in terms of project, right? So yeah, that's why they didn't want to mention anyone. It could be someone from the movie. It could be someone from a different movie. I don't know myself, and yeah, they didn't want to reveal anyone. So only time will tell. Yeah.
All right. All right, Alex, no problem. I guess me and you actually had the same first questions to ask the team then. Okay, so I'm gonna circle back to the game, and I'm also guessing that you said the community will be making decisions, and I'm guessing the gaming will be one of them. Um, will they be making decisions about the game and the game mechanics? Because from my experience, most movie-themed games are actually limited in content because after the movie is over, the game itself also slows down to a halt. What are your thoughts on this?
Thoughts, decisions, 100% made. As I've said, the vision that they presented to me is pretty much community driven project in general, not only their vision for the NFTs and the platform and so on and so forth with the game as well. What that means is that they will be introducing some characters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever the amount is, and from there on, their initial vision is what I mentioned to you guys, a survival slash exploration slash the MMORPG side of things, where there is potentially an ending, at least in my mind there is one. But again, take into account those have different variables. Again, I'm comparing it to Conan Exiles, so how I know that particular game, because that's the only reference that comes to mind. It's probably gonna be similar, but not only. When it comes to what you're gonna do in the game, what characters should you use, because that one is gonna impact as well. Depending on your character, that's gonna impact the start of your journey, potentially I would say the end of the journey as well, and the progression, right? Each of the characters is going to have different perks. One of them is going to have more stamina, the other one is going to have more agility, the third one is going to have whatever other aspects. um, all of these and the progression as much as possible are going to be discussed, proposed basically within the community as well. Again, all the suggestions, I would say, and I think you guys can agree with this, need to be feasible and reasonable as well. So I mean, if the community wants to contribute on that, I think they would be more than welcome to support it, and the team will embrace it as well. So yeah, I would say community driven until the end for sure.
Well, that sounds connected to actually to what the project overview is. Okay, from what you earlier said, if I clearly understand, one of the utilities will be promoting brands. There's some form of bringing out promotions, possibly connecting the brands on some kind of B2B or some kind of B2E mechanics. How would this connection go about? Would you be connecting one brand to another on the AVG project itself?
Um, Pretty much. I mean, one brand to the other is always that's pretty much the snowball effect caused by something that's working. Basically, the vision is to promote brands, basically to allow them either they're if they're at a level, shouldn't be looking here at probably Shiba, for example. Shiba has their own marketplace. Shiba has their own game. They're at a different level. If you're looking at, let's say, projects they want to start, they are being developed right now, and I've seen a lot of them typically within the creation industry, so movies, music, NFTs and so on and so forth. They usually have um, physical utility and physical merchandise, right? So you want to award them with that. You know what, get listed on our marketplace, on our shop. You can sell your own merchandise, we get a piece, you get a piece, it's only normal, and everybody wins through the sustainability. Do you have a token? If that token's feasible and sustainable, we're going to implement it. We're going to look to our people to trade it and also purchase that particular merchandise that you have with your own native token, increasing the value for your token as well, right? So I mean, definitely a snowball effect is looked upon. It all comes down to how well can this particular concept be implemented and adapted to the market within the given conditions, because we need to take into account the factor of a potential full year of instability as it's looking for 2023. Who knows? I'm not going to speculate.
All right, Alex. You already answered the third question I have because it's still based on the community-driven project. If I have any other questions, I'm just going to hit the social media channels and ask the questions I have. I think it's a wonderful project. I'm wishing you guys the very best, and I wish the project bullish moonward. Over to you, Noah.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, Wes. Sayed, you're up next, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Noah. Okay, so I was going through the white paper and it's mentioned about capped reward pool, which means it's written on your white paper that holders' rewards are protected even if the volume dips and are amplified in the times of the growth. So can you briefly explain how are rewards protected even when the volume dips?
I'm not sure actually what you're referring to. I mean, because of the fact you're looking probably at the reward side of things, at your passive income. Is that what you're looking at too?
Yes, and I have read on your white, not your the team white paper that there will be a capped reward pool, and which means that the rewards are protected even if the volume dips, and amply are they will be increased in the time of the growth. So how will rewards going to be protected even when the volume dips? How I want to just want a clarification on this.
That's actually a good question. To be fairly honest, 100% in my opinion, I'm actually trying to look right now. If you can direct me, where did you read that so that I can understand exactly the topic? Is it in the tokenomics or ecosystem?
Yeah, wait, I have white paper open. I have to check.
Okay, got it. No, I got it. I got it. It's in the only taxes that you love introduction to the AVG. So
Yes,
as
yes,
a
yes.
standard, yeah, as a standard principle, there's a 6% tax to fund the BNB reward pool. Probably should have mentioned that when we spoke about the tokenomics. You got your buy and sell taxes of 6%. To support that, and then you got BNB rewards implemented with that. Probably, and I'm gonna actually confirm this with the team, not to make sure that I overstate things. What they mean is this: I mean, the rewards are amplified in times of growth. A standard protocol there. The more you grow as a token and project, the more taxes come in, and the more you have within the BNB reward pool for others. Now, rewards are protected even if volume dips. Um, that one is actually, I mean, I don't want to speculate. I will have to ask the team what exactly are they referring to. The fact that even if the volume dips, you will still be rewarded in one way or another, probably. But again, I don't want to speculate. So, Sied, I'm gonna come back to you with on that one, my man.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. Okay. So how often will these BNB rewards be distributed and do holders have to claim them manually?
Automatic distribution within your wallet. Once the AVG wallet is deployed, I understood there will be a potential distribution to that wallet should you guys decide to do so. um, with the claimable feature, that's if you decide to claim your rewards within that wallet, you're not going to pay any taxes. If you're going to decide to claim into another wallet, there may be some taxes involved in that, to kind of incentivize people on using that one in particular. And I understood it's going to be at the end of each week. If again, this probably might be a change if the volume dips a bit, as it states there. Could be on a 2 week, on a bi-weekly basis. So sorry, once every 2 weeks.
Okay, thank you for explaining that. Okay, the team is also planning on developing NFT platform for creating customized NFTs. So I was wondering, will owners be able to customize their avatar grow NFTs as well? And what characteristics of the NFT will owners be able to modify or customize?
When it comes to the native avatars, as far as I understood from the team, they won't be customized. Customizable NFTs are actually, so to speak, NFTs that you guys can actually create and customize on your own. Supporting probably what Aisha said within the freelance. But as far as I know, the avatars that they're gonna launch their own collection. This one is a unique one and cannot be customized.
Okay, understood. So on your roadmap in phase 4, I can see that they also have plan of developing their own DEX. You also discussed about it. So I was thinking, will they going to have their own liquidity for their DEX or they will be getting the liquidity from the Pancake swap?
That one isn't decided 100%. Personally, that's just my incentive on it. I did ask the team, close to that. I didn't ask them exactly that question, but close to that. The fact of the matter is, if you choose your own liquidity, yeah, it goes both ways, right? If you choose, let's say, PancakeSwap or potentially others, it might be a bit better until you establish yourself. So that's why they said they're not actually going to decide that yet. But again, check for the Telegram. This might be a thing that they will decide with the help of the community. I wouldn't know at this point in time because the DEX is going to take some time until the reveal. I'm looking at, again, potentially 1 to 2 months there.
All right, all right. Okay, so you also talked about this AVG wallet. So I was thinking, will it be integrated into the AVG shop or it will be a separate app for Android and iOS?
100% integrated within the shop. I don't think they're gonna plan on releasing this one as a, let's say, separate extension, probably, or Android or App Store, because the full perspective of it is to integrate it within your ecosystem and to give benefit mostly to the users on your ecosystem, right? That's the vision behind it. If again, I'm gonna speculate a bit there. If it grows to such a level, maybe. But because their own implementation is revolving around the shop, I would say native use only, potentially others. I don't think it's in vision right now, honestly, Syed.
Okay, understood. Thank you so much for answering, Alex. Thank you so much. Over to you, Noah.
Yeah, thank you, Sayed. Audience members, thank you for the brilliant questions. Alex, we're heading towards the end of the AMA, and you've done a fantastic job showcasing what AvatarGrow has planned for the next year. For audience members that are joining in a bit late, and for people that might have not heard every little detail, do you mind giving us a quick recap of who AvatarGrow is, or rather, what AvatarGrow is, who the team is, what the long-term vision is for this ecosystem, and why people should at least do their due diligence and have a look at what has been built so far?
100%. And you guys pretty much know how I like to end. Before I go ahead and say the summary. First of all, I want to thank you, Noah, for sticking with us for about an hour. I didn't actually give you the opportunity to talk a lot, but I think that's pretty much self-explanatory whenever I jump in. So I'm going to say I'm sorry about that. Hopefully next time, who knows? Second of all, thank you to each of your participants who asked amazing questions. Some of them I answered, some of them, two of them, are not actually fully answered. I'm going to get their answers and eventually DM them if that's okay with them, or if not, post it in the Telegram. And thank you to the whole 315 or 316 audience. When it comes to AvatarGrow, first of all, you do have about 26 hours still to research the project, to decide if this one is for you or not. Community driven project, 100%. They want to revolve around NFT collections and a platform, eventually digress into a shop to allow others to purchase merchandise or promote their own merchandise on that one. Expansion at both ways. There's going to be a DEX and a wallet part of this particular ecosystem. A massive giveaway, as the team constantly reminded me, with some limited edition NFTs. What those can or cannot do remains to be seen. And then staking to be revealed within the end of the year, actually within 1 to 2 months, sorry, which is, ballpark figure close to that one, with 6 different polls. If by any chance we missed any of their questions, and I'm sure we pretty much did, make sure to join the Telegram, ask them there, tag any of the admins. They're more than happy to reply to you guys. The public pre-sale is going to start tomorrow. There's Safo badge for due to Trinos. He's the one that developed the contract. You got the audit, you got the KYC. CoinScope did them both. The certificates are there. You're going to be looking at 125 BNB soft cap with 250 hard cap, a max contribution of 1.2 BNB. Let's see where this takes them. Tokenomics, taxes, roadmap, pretty much everything is there. In case I missed anything, make sure to tag me in their Telegram or within any other Telegram where you find me. Hope to talk to you guys soon. Always a pleasure. And until then, let's all enjoy the rest of our week.
It's been a pleasure, Alex. Thank you so much for joining. It's been a great AMA.
Always a pleasure, my man.
Audience members, remember that everything you hear on Whale Coin Talk is for educational purposes only. We never give financial advice, so always do your own research and invest only what you're willing to use. My name is Noah, signing out. Take care. Oh, I think we're doing a quick spin, right, Aki?
No, I think we're good.
No spin. Okay, cool.
No spin.
Sorry about that, guys.
Around.
And see you in the next one.
Cheers, everyone. Take care.